I don't care what anybody tells you. I don't care what anybody on this internet. I don't care about any coach that you have. I would never, and I mean never, ever, ever do. I would never do this, ever. Today, I'm going to be giving you 5 things that I would never do as a social media manager. And I know we're not ever supposed to say never, but never. I would never do these things again because I've definitely done some of these in the past. Why waste time? Let's just jump right on into it, shall we? The very first thing I would not do as a social media manager is allow my clients to call all the shots. It's a no for me. It's a big no for me, dog. So I know you're all like, okay, well, what does this mean? All right. Have y'all ever had somebody come to you and they're like, I want you to post at 3 o'clock and 7 o'clock every single day. Those are the days. I want you to do 6 posts. One of them has to be a poll. One of them has to be like a sliding poll. One needs to be a Q&A where people can, like that type of direction. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to do that. And the reason why is because if you ask clients why they want that, is because,
well, that's what's worked before, or I read in an article that the best times to post are at 3 o'clock and 7 o'clock.
We, as a social media manager, you know that that's not exactly how it works. There is no cookie cutter solution to social media. And part of your job is going to be figuring out like the best times to post for this individual client. Because Sue's Bakery and Carmen's Flowers, their audiences are different. And there's not going to be exactly the same type of posting that's involved. I'm just not going to do it like that. I'm just not. So while you want your clients to have ideas, and I love when my clients have ideas, you do not want to sit there and have them tell you exactly how to do every single thing in every single part of your job. Because for one, they're going to get tired of it, unless they're like a super micromanager. But most clients get tired of it. Number 2, they hired you for a reason. You are the expert. You are stepping into this space to give them direction and tell them how you're going to do things. Again, we want our clients to give us ideas and hear their feedback. But this is what it reminds me of. You know how people say, like, let's say your sink is messed up and you call a plumber. You're not going to sit in that kitchen with that plumber and be like, are you sure you want to use that tool? I really feel like you should use a wrench for this. You wouldn't say that, right? Because they're going to look at you like you're crazy because you hired them because you know they know how to do it. If you know how to do it, you just do it yourself. Whether you have the time or not, you will figure it out. So that's something that, we have to sometimes set expectations or boundaries with certain clients and let them know, hey, I got it. And hey, I don't think that posting at 3 o'clock and 7 o'clock is going to work. And here's why. That's how you get to that point where you are that, y'all know I talk about having to be that bomb social media manager. That's what I'm talking about. When you're able to give your clients that feedback and tell them and back it up with data. The second thing I would never do as a social media manager, because I've done it before. If y'all watch my videos, you know I've done it before. I would never work without a contract. And I mean never. I would never work without a contract. It ain't happening. Having a contract or an agreement, whatever you call it, is not a bad thing. It helps hold you accountable and it helps hold the client accountable, and they know what to expect from you every single month. So when they start saying they want extra graphics, they know how much extra graphics are going to cost. If they want to, whatever it is, whatever falls outside the scope of that contract, whether it's the times that they contact you, all of that different stuff, it's outlined right in there. It's just like the rules and the regulation. It keeps that law in order. And I have a video on all the things that is included in your contract. If you want to check that out, you can. Because another thing, when you don't have a contract, getting paid can be a little shaky. Stopping the agreement or stopping the terms of working with somebody can be a little shaky, and I don't like that. I would never create content for a client without knowing what their goals are. And that's just period, point blank. If I don't know what it is you're trying to do in your business, then I'm just posting randomly. I'm just posting random stuff every single day, trying to get some engagement. But what am I trying to get that engagement for? How is that actually going to help my client? And how is that actually going to help their business? By knowing and this is something I preach all the time, by knowing your client's business goals, that helps you understand what type of client or type of content you need to be posting. And that helps improve the return on investment for the client because you're actually helping their business. You're not necessarily selling for them, but you're a part of that funnel, that whole marketing funnel. And if you don't know their goals, again, you're just posting. What is the value in just posting random stuff? It's good. It takes like the burden off their shoulders, but that dies down after a while. And they're going to want somebody on their team who is actively invested in helping them reach their business goals. So yeah, if I don't know your goals, I'm not creating content. Number 4, I would not work outside my business hours. Because sometimes I like to have fun. And if I'm out having fun and I've set the tone for my client that they can call me randomly or text me randomly at 7 p.m. and I'm going to stop what I'm doing and do work, I don't want to do that. This is your own business. This business is for you and you only, right? This is your baby. So you get to set the rules inside of that contract, right? And inside of those welcome packets, you are setting the rules for your clients. And it's like, I've done it before, and there are going to be emergencies where, so I guess I shouldn't say never, but what I'm saying is you don't want to set the tone that you told your client you work from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and then they're contacting you at 6:30 asking you to do some things. If you are just a nice person and you want to do it, fine, but make those your business hours. You have to set boundaries inside of your business. Law and order. What do we always talk about? Law and order. We are not getting crazy over here. We have law and order. And the fifth thing that I would never, and I mean never, ever, ever do, I would never do this, ever. I would not work without getting paid. If a client is late on that invoice, I'm not working. If it's 5 p.m. on the day that that invoice is due and it's not paid, I'm stopping all work. I'm not doing a single thing. I'm not lifting a finger except for to email you and say, hey, you know, the invoice was due. Do you need any payment arrangements or like what's going on? If you want to do payment arrangements. I have been burned by this, by saying, you know, well, I know that my client's in a tough spot right now. I'm going to keep on working. Y'all, when me keep on working, landed me out a month of doing work for free because I wasn't paid. And guess what? I never got paid for that. And guess what? I didn't have anything in my contract. I didn't even have a contract. So what I'm telling you is the moment a client does not pay you, you better not keep on working. I don't care what anybody tells you. I don't care what anybody on this internet. I don't care about any coach that you have. When you are not paid, you are not going to work. And that's just that on that. So there you have it. Those are my 5 things that I would never, ever do as a social media manager. Let me know what y'all think down below. Have you done any of these things? Are you in agreement with any of these things? And until next time.